Okay, guys, we're going to get started here. I'm going to show you how to start your first project. First project we're going to do is we're going to make a website banner for our Google site that we're creating. The Google site is a place where you're going to put all of your projects. You're going to be able to upload them. You're going to be able to keep them there. And the teachers will be able to kind of easily grade them, see the work you've done, and it's a nice way for you to learn how to a little bit make a website, and a great way to display all of the artwork that you've done in class. So let's give this a try. First thing you're going to do is want to open the file called website banner in Adobe Illustrator. Your teacher will show you where Adobe Illustrator is. You'll find it on your computer. When it opens up, you can go to File, Open, and you have to find the folder called Intro to Computer Graphics. I'm going to show you where this is. Usually, you're going to want to come on your left-hand side and click on PC. And when you do that, you'll find a folder called Assignments. And then in there, you're going to find a graphics folder. That's where we put all the work for this class. The teachers put the work in there, the projects, the sheets, the templates that you need. In this case, this is a template. So all the stuff that your teacher wants to give you for a computer graphics class, you'll find in the graphics folder. We have a few different computer graphics classes going on this trimester, but Intro to Computer Graphics is the class you're in, I assume. So you would open that up, and in there is a template called Website Banner. Select it, hit open, or double click it, and it'll open up. It's telling me, do you want me to open it again? So I'll open it a second time. No big deal. So I have a website banner here. Now, for the website banner, what you want to do is you want to design this to be your own. It's going to showcase kind of some of the things that you're interested in. You probably want it to have your name on it. You probably want it to have maybe the words computer graphics, graphic design, intro to computer graphics, something like that. So I'm just going to do a bunch of stuff here, and let's just be creative a little bit. I know you haven't used the software before or much, but the first tool that's really common is called the type tool. Lets you type out words. I'm going to click one time, and it's just going to let me start typing. So I'm going to put in my name, Chris Cassimus. Now, I'm going to use the move tool, the selection tool. It lets you select something. It lets you move it. It lets you resize it. So I'm going to get this big. I don't want it to be plain and black. So after I've done that, I'm going to, with it selected, you can tell it's selected. It's got the blue box around it. I am going to switch to a font that's a little more interesting than the one I just had. For now, I'm just going to pick something as fast as I can that looks okay for me. Okay, so I'm going to use Rockwell Extra Bold. I'm going to reposition that so it is centered. And the color of this font, I'm going to change the inside color, which is called the fill. And we'll talk about these different terms throughout the course. But the fill color, which is the inside color, I'm going to change to a green. And then we have what's called the stroke. The stroke color can be none. None is always this white box with a red line through it, kind of indicating nothing. But I'm going to switch it to a darker gray. And you can see a little light dark stroke appear. If I want that stroke to be bigger, I can increase the number here, the stroke size, 1, 2, 3, to whatever I want. Okay, so there we go. I got my name. Besides that, I am going to type in the words Intro to Computer Graphics. Intro to Computer Graphics. I'm going to put that somewhere else. Looks like I'm holding the shift button a little too long today. But Intro to Computer Graphics. And I'm going to do the same with this. I'm going to resize it a little bit. I'm going to put that for now just down in the bottom. I don't know where I want it. Put it right there for now. This one I'm going to do the exact opposite. I'm going to make the fill that gray I used. I'm going to make the stroke the green. I don't know if this will look good. The stroke might be a little too much for that, but you get the sense. I'm actually going to take the stroke off, switch it to none, and just keep it black like that. So now what I'm going to do is kind of go out on the internet and grab some pictures. For now, I'm just going to copy paste pictures of things that interest me or that whatever I want to represent myself. Make sure it's school appropriate, easy enough. And I'm going to do something like Patriots logo. Let me try to start by getting a good Patriots logo in there since we got the season coming up. And just try to find an image kind of quickly here. There will be a lot more advanced techniques that the teachers will show you here, but for right now, I'm just going to copy this image and I'm going to paste it in and see what it looks like. To paste, you can do Control V, you can do Edit, Paste. This has a black background. I think I'm going to show you guys how to get rid of these backgrounds right now, although this is something we usually do a little later in the trimester. It's important for this project to make it look really nice. So what I want to do is I want to be able to delete parts of this and not all of it. In Illustrator, it's hard to do that. Illustrator is a program that uses vector graphics, which is great for your own designs, but when you bring in other designs off the internet, you kind of have to like fix them because this was a picture essentially taken off the internet. So what I'm going to do is what's called image trace. I'm going to image trace this, but I don't want it to just be, if I click image trace right now, it switches it to black and white. I did not want to do that. I want this image trace to keep the blue, the white, the red. So I'm going to image trace. Before I do that, I'm going to pick 6 colors because there's less than 6 colors in this. There it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I'm going to hit expand and it's broken up into little pieces. I'm going to use this direct selection tool to click on the black background, the gray black background, and hit delete on my keyboard. Perfect. That looks awesome. If I move this, I got to be careful. I don't want to move it with the direct selection tool. That's for pieces of a shape. I want to move the whole rest of my shape. So I'm going to take this, move it up over here. I'm going to do the same thing really quick with a different logo. And I'm going to pick the UNH Wildcats at the moment. And I will do the same with this if it needs to be. So I'm going to copy this, right click, copy image, go back to Illustrator, paste it on. Doesn't look too bad. It has a white background, so it has like a white square. If I put it off my page, you can see it's got a white square. Not horrible, and I could probably keep it like that as long as I want to keep the background white. What I'm going to do is do the same thing, image trace, but this has 1, 2, more than 3 colors probably. There's like a couple lighter grays. I don't know. It's like 3 or 4, but 6 is a good option. I'm going to hit expand, and it did the same thing. It broke it up, and I want to delete this white box back here. So I'm just going to click off of that shape, try to click right on the white box, hit delete. This little funky thing, it was probably the registered trademark or something. I'm just going to select that, hit delete, get rid of that. And now I'll use my regular black selection tool to move like all the rest of this wherever I want. And in my case, I'm going to put it up over here for now. So you can kind of see what I'm trying to do here. These are not really the same sizes, so it's a little weird, but I will mess with that later and try to get that a little more perfect. So all you got to do with this is kind of make this look like your own, make it interesting for yourself. And I'm just going to finish it up with a couple shapes here. We have all these different shapes. I'm going to use a star tool, and I'm going to click one time, and I'm going to give this star 10 points. Hit OK. I have a nice, cool-looking 10-point star. I'm going to resize this to make it a little bit bigger. And this star, what I want to do is rotate it with a copy of itself so it looks really cool. I'll show you how to do that. Make a selection on that star. It's selected. I'm going to double-click my rotate tool, and I'm going to rotate it 7 degrees. And I want a copy of it. Copy. So that moved it over a little. I'm going to switch the color of that to a gray. Now I'm going to select both of these, double click rotate, and do it another 7 degrees, excuse me. So there we go. Something cool. I don't really know what it is, but it looks pretty neat. This top one, I'm going to give it a stroke of a darker gray like the other ones and see if that kind of just makes it stand out a little more. It looks pretty cool. Okay. So again, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of messing around. If you like puppy dogs, crazy cats, sports, musicians, you put whatever you want on here. Kind of make this your own. When you are done, you're going to save it to your desktop. We will teach you how to export it and save it for use on the web later when we make our websites. But for the first couple of days of our class, we're going to mess around with this, try to make it cool. And then we're going to do save as, and you're going to select the desktop of your computer and save it right to your desktop. You're the only person that can see that work. Comes up with this little option. Just hit OK. And it'll only be you because you're logged into the computer. OK? So that's kind of the quick project on how to get going on that, guys. And the teachers can help you more. Take care.